Almost there. Now we're live.
Nah, you good, man. You good. We good?
Yep.
We are live, everybody. Welcome to the Patrick Carr Show here on a beautiful Tuesday morning here in Orlando, Florida. Cracking open ice cold Ghost. Oh, man.
I gotta
a
do
little bit much right there.
I gotta do a montage of I feel like every time you start, you open up one of those. I gotta do a montage of that.
I love Ghost Energy. If we could find a way to get just sponsored by Ghost Energy, sign me up, bro. I'm going to tell you what. Sign me up for that Ghost. So we're live on Facebook, everybody. We're live over on Instagram, YouTube. Check us out anywhere. Make sure you drop some comments. We've got an exciting show for you here today. I was going to wait to make a big announcement. But I'm going to make half of it today. We're going to make half of our big announcement at the top of the show. It is something that is near and dear to my heart, something that I feel has been weighing on me and weighing on the people here at the show to make sure that we deliver, hopefully something special for you as viewers and listeners. Because you know what? One of the things, Anthony, that we continue to hear from people is that a lot of individuals who consistently watch our show, they are people that look at it and go, you know what? I've been thinking that same thing for a long time about Central Florida. I've been wanting to say something about that, but maybe, you know what? I was afraid I was going to lose my job if I said anything. Or if I started my own podcast, my company would fire me, right? And in the course of doing this, when people come up to us and talk to us about what we're doing, it's kind of led me to feel like we need to do more for Orlando. And what we're going to start off the show with today is a big announcement that we're going to make that I think is going to help Orlando and help residents of Orlando and Orange County have a voice in something that I feel is extremely corrupt and happening right in front of us. I'm going to explain what we're going to do and why it is weighing so heavy on my heart to begin something here at the top of the show. We're also going to be talking about some other news that's happening throughout Florida. For those of you who don't know, we talk about stuff that's happening in Florida, outside of Florida, current news. Hopefully we do it in a way that's going to be entertaining for you. And I want to make sure that everyone gets as close to the facts as you can with me, as well as some opinion that goes with it. Behind the camera every day is Anthony. Anthony will not let us put a camera on him, but he continues to be back there.
Got to be more serious, man.
I know it. Thank you, Drizzy. We are going to be exposing some people here. I can assure you of that coming up right now here at the show. So without further ado, as I take my energy for the morning, can't wait for these people to watch this episode. Like, this is the guy that's going to be calling us out. Yeah, it's him. Let's talk about it, Anthony. The top of the show, our big announcement for Orange County and for Orlando. All right, folks, today I've got my announcement here. Give me a sec here because I've got my announcement.
I'm excited for it, though.
I know, but I've got to do it right here. You know what I'm saying?
You know.
It's something that's a little bit different than just doing a normal topic. Because if I commit to something, we're going to follow it all the way through. And this is one of those ones we're going to be committed to for as long as it takes to get the truth. Here it is, everybody. Beginning today, the Patrick Carr Show is launching an independent investigation into Visit Orlando, their spending and their contract with Orange County, and every vendor that they pay. We are going to pull invoices. We are going to file records requests, which have already been done. We are going to put numbers on the screen for everyone to see, and you are going to be shocked. Let me tell you who they are. For those of you who don't know, Visit Orlando is not a government agency, although you've probably seen those Visit Orlando signs all over a resort or a restaurant that you visit in the Central Florida area. It's a private, nonprofit trade association. Its real name is actually Orlando Orange County Convention and Visitors Bureau. It represents not you, but 1,600 member companies, hotels, theme parks, and attractions. And it runs almost exclusively on the money that you pay into it. Every time someone books a hotel room in Orange County, they pay 6% tourist tax. In 2025, that tax brought in, get this, everyone, $389 million. It was a record since it began. Visit Orlando, this private organization, takes in 30% of that money. roughly $100 million a year. More than 90% of everything they bring in. Now, here's where I stand, and this is my opinion. I believe this organization is as close to a corrupt organization as one can get without breaking the law. I want to tell you why. Cassandra I can never pronounce her name, the CEO, made $693,000 in total compensation in 2024. By the way, she started with compensation of $395,000, a 75% raise in 4 years. Get this, she makes $700,000 close to it a year, but Anthony, she also is taking in $12,000 in a car allowance. All right, I guess close to $700,000 is not enough. So this organization that is private is taking in your money and paying someone for her car out there. Now, she'll say, you know what, that money comes from the 8% of people that pay for the hotels, all the dues that they pay. But we know exactly how this organization is staying alive, taking in close to $700,000 and then has the nerve to take $12,000 in a car allowance in cash money that person is taking in. The board that approves her pay has 36 members. And get this, everybody, it's run by the Lowe's Hotel at Universal Orlando. The seats are filled with hotel executives, park executives, attraction executives. The people who decide how the money gets spent are the hotels themselves. None of it is decided by you as people, even though you are the one keeping this organization alive. Now, let me ask you this. If your money is being given to this organization, Anthony, how often do you think the county is auditing or seeing where this money is going? Wouldn't you think it would happen all the time if they're awarding this contract? Folks, it's happened one time in 6 years, and it's because commissioners demanded it. I can't wait to tell you what they found in that one audit. Now, the Orange County Comp Controller posts their financial documents online, but his office says right on its page that they do not review, audit, or change them in any way. What kind of oversight do we have right there, everybody? Now, I said I would show you exactly what that audit found the one time that they did it. You're going to be shocked. $860,000 on 3 luncheons. What kind of lunches are these people having? $20,600. Oh, on March Madness skybox tickets. $75,000 one dinner in New York City. $6,500 on office donations. $1,800 on sneakers. $417 on Christmas sweaters and cards. $6,000 for an employee to go to a conference that they never went to. $3,000 of that has never been found ever again. And get this, they had a $35 million reserve when the contract with Visit Orlando calls for no reserves to be had, no cash reserves. And by the way, $1.3 million in advertising, it was never billed. In total, auditors found $3.454 million that, quote, was misallocated, Anthony, misallocated. And they say that number could be closer to $20 million if you go back to 2019. Has anybody paid any of that money back? Nope. Now, what I want is transparency. And we sure as heck do not have any of it here. And we sure as heck don't have any accountability. Visit Orlando's board, get this, they meet 4 times a year. One of those meetings is open to the public. This show, in our research over the past 48 hours alone on this topic, could not find the date of that meeting for the public posted anywhere on their website or anywhere on the county website. We have no idea when it happens, and I think it's pretty clear that that is on purpose, everybody. They don't want you to be there. They don't want you to see how this business is conducted over at Visit Orlando. And then the audacity and the stupidity and the ignorance that these individuals believe Orange County operates under to tell us this fact. I couldn't believe this. Get this, everyone. They tell us right there, this Visit Orlando, that $33, I can't believe it just pisses me off so much. $33, they'll get a $33 return for every $1 spent in Visit Orlando. When you ask them how they got that number, it's absurd. They take the total number of visitors, like the 72 million that come to Orlando or the theme parks. They take the amount that on average that each of them spend and they multiply it together. And then they divide it by their budget. So they attribute every dollar that is spent to their budget. Does anyone think that maybe, just throwing it out there, that, I don't know, a new Moana movie coming out might also attribute to how many people come to Orlando? Perhaps like the new Spider-Man movie, perhaps the billions of dollars in advertising that Disney, Universal, and SeaWorld put into Orlando. Maybe that has something to do with why people are coming here and spending money. But no, Visit Orlando wants you to believe that for every dollar you put into Visit Orlando, you get $33 out. It's insanity. There is no transparency, and whoever is doing the math is obviously about a second grade level. Now, hotels are going to tell you that they are taxed, all right? But they're not taxed, everyone. What happens is the person who is booking the room pays the 6%, not the hotel themselves. And then that money goes into a pool that is governed by, get this, all the hotel executives who then pay it out for marketing for themselves. And then they pay a CEO $700,000 a year in a car allowance. They don't tell you when their meetings are, and there's no oversight from Orange County. Welcome to Visit Orlando, everyone. If it sounds like a nightmare of an organization, it's because it is. This is corruption at the highest level. I will expose it here on the show, and they have got a bulldog in them now because I'm going to bite into this and I'm not going to let go. This right here deserves to be exposed, and I will do it. I am making records requests. I have already pulled their documents, and folks, it's a joke. Anthony, I could send them to you. I've looked online for what they provide over to Orange County every single month for where those budget dollars go. They literally say something like, what is it, Movers Inc.? I said?
Moving.
What was it here?
Meeting Movers or something?
Meeting Movers Inc., $6,500. They don't tell you where that money went. They don't tell you how it was used by Meeting Movers. You have no idea as the public. They just want you to trust as you go through these line items right here. And there's a bunch of them, folks, okay? Like there are so many of these line items, pages and pages. When you look through them, you'll look at it and go, hold on, RX Valet for $10,000 or $11,000? What is a prescription valet doing with $11,000, Anthony? What is Meeting Movers doing with a $6,500 charge? What are these organizations? Nobody knows. But yet taxpayer money just goes into this organization from Orange County over to them. And then you're supposed to believe them that they're using it the right way. Yeah. This is absurd. And today we are announcing that we are not going to let go of this story. I'm going to dig so deep into Visit Orlando. Every vendor that works with Visit Orlando, I promise you, I will find a way to look at your contract. I'm going to dig so deep in there, they're going to feel like I'm a part of their organization every day. I'm going to make records requests, and I'm calling on our comptroller to do his job. Let me tell you, Orange County, Mr. Diamond, do your job and audit this corrupt organization. The one time you audited them, you found millions of dollars that was misallocated and millions more that nobody can even find. And you want to tell me you don't want to audit this organization again? What is your problem? Why don't you do your job? It's disgusting, Anthony. Millions upon millions and millions of dollars being funneled into a private organization with zero accountability. And we sit here and we wonder, like, man, how are we going to pay for things downtown Orlando? How is Orange County going to get their school system back on track? Yeah. How are we going to do things within this area in Central Florida to bring us back up? Meanwhile, Cassandra's over here making $700,000 a year to run an organization with a board of members that are sitting there that are on that run hotels. What is she doing exactly? And I'm going to tell you what, there is zero way with what I'm seeing right here that everything is above board. I'm saying it right now. And so if they want to file something against me, great. Let's go to discovery, everybody. I can't wait. I am so in on this. I'm all in, man. I'm pushing my chips in the middle. There is zero way that Visit Orlando is a above board organization. And Mr. Diamond over here, our comp controller, needs to step up and do his job. He's the one that can force the audit, and he needs the audit now. Citizens of Orange County need to demand this audit before the election that comes up. Because I'm going to tell you what, all of those Orange County commissioners that voted for Visit Orlando, you've got some answering to do. Because how could you vote for this corrupt organization? I'm not saying what they're doing is illegal. I'm not in any way. So for all the attorneys, oh, he's claiming it's illegal. No, I'm not. I'm saying it's corrupt. Just because something is not illegal doesn't mean it's right. And I can look at this and I can just go, this ain't right, Anthony. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this organization that moves without impunity and nobody out there wants to say anything. And here's my message as well, Anthony, because I'm hot on this right now. Now I'm starting to get pissed off because all you organizations like Fox News and WESH, Fox 35, what are the other ones that are out there? Give me some others. Orlando Business Journal. I don't care who you are. You are a local organization who reports to news. The fact that this has slipped under the radar for year after year after year is pathetic. And for people of Central Florida to ever trust local news ever again, this is what needs to be exposed. So are you all going to do anything? Are local news stations going to actually be willing to dig into this and piss some people off? Or do we have such a corrupt organization from the top down in Orlando that it starts from the very top at the school boards and the Orange County Commission and all this stuff. And then what is it just filter down all the way to local news stations who are supposed to be holding people accountable? There's zero way that this should ever right here not be a front page story right now until the truth is found. We have corruption at a high level. We have zero accountability. And what we have is a group of individuals that sit on a board who are taking in money and then using their pool of money to further their own interest. And that money is coming from public taxpayer funds because it's the public that pays into this, not the resorts. We pay the 6%, not the resorts, not a tax on them. And if it was a tax on them, who gives a crap? You're getting the money right back. You're the one who controls where the money goes. And yet there's no transparency on where the money goes. This is bad. And I don't care who's a part of this organization. Every media company, I see you all on here. You better believe I understand how those contracts work. And I'll be looking at every advertising budget that I can find. And I'm hoping, and I'm going to push Diamond, our comp controller, to do the right thing. Do the right thing. Demand the audit. You are the one who can push the audit through. This organization needs to be audited quick, fast, and in a hurry. And I'll be the first one to lead it right here. You want to give me a ring. I'll help you. All right. It ain't tough because I'm looking at page after page right here that we were able to look at. Folks, all it does is say this. Let me just give you one of the line items right here, just so you can understand how crazy this is and how zero accountability. 6/2/26 last month for June. RX Valet LLC, $11,124. That's all we get as the public. You're paying as a public 90+% of the money that goes into the Visit Orlando. And then you get, I don't know what RX Valet is, but you're just supposed to trust that this board of hotel executives, 36 of them, are spending your money wisely on things you're paying for. You are. Taxpayer dollars are paying for from people that come to this city. And then they have the nerve to attribute everybody who comes to this city to their $99 million budget while they forget about things like Walt Disney World, who may have, I don't know, just a sliver of the reason why people might come here. Because as I've said before, everybody, and listen up, Visit Orlando, zero people that have ever been sitting there in Kentucky with their family and been like, oh, shoot, hey, honey, we should visit Orlando. I had no idea they had theme parks over there. Why don't we go to Visit Orlando? Oh, they have Disney in Orlando, honey. And look, there's Universal too. Said no family ever. No, what they did is they saw a Spider-Man movie. Their kid liked Spider-Man, and they said, I want to go to Universal. And then when they got to the room, they saw some cheesy Visit Orlando commercial, which they probably paid millions of dollars for here, because Lord knows they have no idea what they're doing and no oversight. The family looked at it, said, okay, turn the TV off. Let's go to the parks. And never once did anything outside of Lake Buena Vista, because why would you? Because this organization does such a crappy job of getting anybody to do anything outside of the attractions. But then they'll attribute all the money that comes from tourists and visitors to their budget at a rate of 33-1.
Mind-boggling. It's
How stupid does this organization think that Orange County is? Pretty stupid, because they've gotten away with it for a long time. Not anymore. I don't care how long it takes me, Anthony. I don't care how many days. I don't care how boring this show gets. I don't care if people look at me and go, will you just leave this alone? Nope. No, I won't. Because this right here is exactly the problem that we have in government in Orange County and government in Orlando. Stupid spending. And this right here is just the definition, of my opinion, of corruption. When you have people that are freely giving your money that could go back to help this county, this city. And then there's stupid laws in place that say where the money can go. Well, you know what? If we have to give it over to Visit Orlando, can't we have some oversight into Visit Orlando? Why does it have to go there? And it shouldn't. Make me mayor. First contract I'm canceling is Visit Orlando. $99 million back into the fund. Get the hell out of here. Go deal with it. I mean, what you think? Lowe's over there in Orlando at Universal, what are you going to do? Are you going to move your resort? No, shut up and take it like a man. There you go. That's the conversation that needs to be had. Hey, we're going to help you. We want tourism to come here, but you know what? We're going to do it our way. And I'm going to do it the way that's actually going to work, that's going to benefit the greater Orlando area, not just your resort. Why don't we try that for once? Why doesn't somebody in government, damn it, look out for people that are actually paying the money in? Nobody's doing that, though. And I'm so pissed off as the more I do this show, month in, month out, and every time I got to find more and more corruption at the highest level of people who aren't looking out for individuals that are barely getting by. What about people in these resorts? What about the taxpayers that are coming there? What about citizens that need things done here? Not the Portofino, not the Disney Resort, not the Swan and Dolphin, but I'm talking about residents of Orange County, which last time I checked, the board should be looking out for. Where are the commissioners that are voting yes on this crap? And where's our comp controller out there? Hey, Diamond, why don't you go ahead and ask for the audit? Maybe because the last time you couldn't find $20 million. Yeah. These are reasonable things that any small business would do, but yet our government in Orange County and in Orlando continues to just be so inept at what they're doing, or so lazy, that the only people who lose are the people who live here. I'm going to tell you something, everyone. The median income in Orange County is the lowest of any major metropolitan area in the country. I want to say it's something like 32,000. I want to say it's some crazy number. Okay. It's some very low number. It's 50 out of 50. I know that, or 49 out of 50. And the reason is because no one's looking out for the people that are here. Everybody's so busy worried about the hotels. Everybody's busy worried about their bottom line, that the only people that have been forgotten about are the people that are in the county themselves, the people that actually work at these resorts to make their life better. Nobody wants to worry about them. I guess why? Because they can only stand up for a minute or something like that at some meeting, some city council meeting. I can't wait to figure out when this meeting is for Visit Orlando. Me and Anthony, we're going to be there with cameras freaking rolling. You open it up to the public one time a year. I can't effing wait.
The fact that we did one audit and we found all of this and they haven't continued to do more audits after, there's something going on that there's.
Anthony, we make one audit, right? You're absolutely correct. Think about that, everybody. One audit into Visit Orlando finds millions of dollars in misallocations. Can we stop with this, like the wordsmithing misallocation? Oh, it's supposed to be over here. Oh my gosh, it's over here. Like, no, money is money, okay? And $20,000 on March Madness tickets, tell me how that was the right thing to do. Yeah. $860,000 on luncheons. You got to be kidding me. $75,000 in New York City for a dinner, one dinner.
How much was that again?
$75,000.
What the heck?
And you want to tell me we did that once, that we're not auditing all the time? It's a $99 million of our budget for the for the TDT. And old Diamond over here is not going ahead and doing an audit right now. Right now. I will call you out all the freaking time on my content. I don't care how many thousands of people are going to see it. I will expose this for what it is. And for those of you who don't know, I run a pretty successful media company. And so what I plan to do, I will put dollars behind it. I will make ads about this. It is time to stop this corruption for Visit Orlando immediately. And it's going to take Orange County, Orlando residents to say enough is enough. We're giving to a private organization with no oversight who just is making $700,000 a year at the very top. And they're run by the hotels that we're supposed, I guess, they're run by hotels, man. And then those hotels are taking that money and giving it back over to themselves that people are paying for. What about the people of Orange County? Stop with this BS. Visit Orlando does nothing for the city of Orlando. It does nothing for the restaurants, does nothing for the venues, nothing. That money could be used so much wiser than what it is right now. Am I saying that it shouldn't be used at all? Nope, I'm not. I'm saying that that money is definitely useful, but it's not going to be through a private organization with no oversight where the person at the very top is making close to $1 million a year and then has the nerve to go ahead and have a $12,000 a year allowance for their vehicle. I guess that if you make like 700 grand, you know what? I don't know. I guess I need a few more dollars so I can pay for my vehicle out there. And again, I got no problem with any CEO. Like, if my company, if I want to take out an allowance for my vehicle and that's how I want to pay myself, it's my freaking company. All right. I don't rely on any taxpayer dollars to come in here. And if I was paying myself a $700,000 a year salary, that's my choice to make. But when they play these numbers games, Anthony, and what they do is they come in there and they go, oh, well, that 12,000 actually comes from the dues that the 1,600 resorts and venues pay in. So it's not actually coming from taxpayer dollars. It's coming from the dues over here. Hey, moron, how exactly does your organization stay alive? Well, that would be through taxpayer dollars. Duh. So yes, I get the accounting trick to it, which is go ahead and say, well, this income over here is how we pay for this over here. Yeah, but your organization, the only reason it survives is because of the 90% that is over here right now. So why don't we do our job at the government level and say, you know what, maybe we should have an audit before the upcoming election so we can see what the people who are commissioners have actually voted for. Because it's crap. It's obviously going to be corruption. If people think that this money has been used wisely, you're living in a different world right here.
Basically, we're paying for that CEO's car to drive around.
Yeah.
And I'll be okay if it's like, oh, like she's part of the government. But no, she's a private company. And we're paying for her car with taxpayer money.
Yep. Well, you know what they'll say? Exactly. Yeah. They'll say, well, no, you're not. Look, all that money goes into this bucket over
it's like
here.
money laundering. You gotta.
And then we got this bucket over here, which is where all the dues come from these private, company, like hotels and I don't know, let's just say like a dinner show, all the people that pay into the private side over here. And that's where we take the $12,000 out of for Cassandra, because that makes a lot of sense. And I'm sure that, Medieval Times or something like that would be happy to know that part of their dues go to pay for Cassandra to have her car allowance while she makes 700 grand a year. And that's what taxpayers are funding to keep open. Now, if you think that an individual who's making $700,000 a year and then has the nerve to go ahead and take a car allowance from her own constituents, which are not you as the public, but those members of an organization on top of a $700,000 salary, you're insane. It's obvious corruption. We know that it is corruption over here, but yet nobody wants to say anything, I guess because, I don't know, no one cares enough where $99 million is being spent. Tell you, Anthony, this one pisses me off to no end. I hope that somebody out there who's a viewer and listener of ours actually gets the story and knows somebody over at Visit Orlando and says, you know what, you got to listen to this, because I want them to know that I'm going to dig everything every bit of energy outside of my company, I'm going to put towards Visit Orlando.
If I was just looking it up, if you look at Visit Orlando on Google, it has like 3.5 stars and it has all these 1-star reviews.
It should have 1-star reviews.
It's so funny.
Because what are they doing for the people that they're supposed to serve? And now what would happen is this. I want everyone to understand, they don't serve you as a taxpayer. The people they serve are their members. They're an organization that serves members who pay dues, right? But then you look at it and go, okay, well, shouldn't they just survive on their membership dues then? Well, that's like 10%, not even, of their income. And the only reason that people are paying into that is because they're basically forced to, because there's so much power in Visit Orlando. Why? Because of the 90% of money that the county floods into the organization every single year through 2028, when this contract is up for renewal. We have a contract. Orange County has a contract with a private company through 2028, paying them about $100 million a year. And God knows what they do with that money, because we've already seen what kind of oversight there is. And our comp controller doesn't feel like it's an important task to do, to maybe go look at an audit, even though the last audit showed $3.5 million misallocated and close to $20 million that they're like, it's kind of up in the air right now. Yeah, I'm sure this organization is above reproach, said no one ever. I'm not saying what they're doing is illegal. It's just stupid of the Orange County to think that they're actually doing it the right way. Just because something is not, again, I'll say it again, just because something is not illegal doesn't mean that it's not wrong. All right? It can be both. It can be not illegal and wrong. That is true. And that's what we're seeing probably right here. Now, I'm not even willing to say that yet, because I'm not even close to investigating this thing. I can't wait to dive into the public records of these contracts. And I can't wait to put pressure every single day on our comp controller. Oh man, this Diamond dude, let me tell you, he is not even going to know how much, like, he's like, I'm a comp controller. Why is this guy all over me? Because I want you to do your damn job. And it's absolutely crazy that it's not happening right now. There you go, Anthony.
Yeah.
It just pisses me off. That's why I get so worked up about this crap, bro. It's an absolute shit. I like what you said here, Michelle. Yeah, and hospitality pays poorly. No real industry with high-paying job. Yeah, I agree. Here we are paying into hospitality, right? And yet, where are these people getting high-paid jobs? No, the median income right in Orange County is towards the bottom in the entire country, if not the exact bottom. It's absolute crap. I don't know, Drizzy. I have no idea what they do. Never seen anyone come here because of an ad they posted. You got me there. Couldn't agree with you more. I'll tell you. I tell you, bro, no one has any idea. We're going to, man. We're going to try to expose this thing for what it is. And from me and my standpoint here, we are going to dig our teeth into this, and we are not going to let go. So Visit Orlando. My name is Patrick Carr. This is my show. I'll be doing all the records requests probably by close of business tomorrow that I need for everything there. We'll continue to put out content for citizens of Orange County and Orlando about the corrupt Visit Orlando organization. And don't get me wrong, all you leaders out there in Orange County that have voted for this and said, yes, I want this, we're coming after you too. All right. I want answers from you. We deserve it right here. Anthony, unfortunately, my rant has taken us to the end of the show. All right. But we'll be back. I promise. We got a lot of great content coming out from yesterday's show. I have a meeting that I have to get to. Unlike Visit Orlando, I don't just get my money from citizens and have to do absolutely nothing for it. I actually have to go out there and sell a product and deliver a great product to my customers. Mr. Harris is coming up next right here. Going to have a nice conversation with him and help his business grow. Looking forward to that. We'll see you all tomorrow. We're going to be talking about current events tomorrow. Another big announcement, but I promise we will get to some current events tomorrow here on the show. Look forward to it. Thank you all very much for joining us here, and can't wait to bring you these details about the corrupt Visit Orlando organization in the very near future. We'll talk very soon, everybody, here on the Patrick Carr Show. Have a great rest of the day.